guys, this is part 2. If you didn't see part 1 yet, just go back. She's yelling and screaming about things and saying things that she doesn't normally, not just because she's sick and tired of Jax, but because I think she's a little ashamed of herself for conducting herself and getting and going after this couple. I think.
Yeah, I could get down with a little bit of that, where she feels the shame of being associated with him, and not just associated like, oh, we were friends for a while. No, you married him and you had a child with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so not that I don't want her to like, be whipping herself, but just the acknowledgement of where I have the responsibility in this.
Yeah, I went along with this, and I spread the little bit of the rumors too, and I called it out when Danny was having a nap, and I called it out when they weren't down here, even though they had just been out on a boat all day. They were the only ones that went on that boat trip, so they had to go home and shower. Everyone else had been doing whatever dick all things that they wanted to do all day, and were ready at a certain time. Like, all of it was just like, it's shame, and it's also, you might not feel shame if you were winning and you're not. And so it's like pissed, shame, and sadness of a divorce. And this guy's been me this whole time. And all of it, it's a culmination.
And it could also be the realization at the time that they filmed that, oh, I'm on the wrong bandwagon.
Yeah.
Everyone's bailing on this dude. He might get fired. You guys are going to fire him?
Now you might get fired.
I should probably jump off this bandwagon and not be like, Jax, you need to help. I've been trying and I love you and we need to have a kid and we have a kid. No, fuck this. Fuck you. You're dirty dick. Get the fuck. Like, she's just
and by the way,
it on fucking fire.
The realization that you've been fired from not 1, but now 2 shows.
Yeah.
You don't get, what is that? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Like, there is no fool me a 3rd time for Bravo. Like,
well, fingers crossed. Yeah.
But or even just with the audience. Like, I do think that unless I have this note somewhere for the episode that you don't, Jax, we don't owe you our belief in you just because you have been sober for 156 days. Sobriety or not, it's what are your actions? I get that you're not drinking. You could still be an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I get that you're not using coke. You could still be physically abusive to someone. So like, your actions have to change for us to change how we feel about you. And in the next scene, we just see really quickly like Jax's journey through therapy. And it reminds me of what you always say from what's the show where the kids are all like spoiled, it's a Succession.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the dad's like, you said it. You are not serious people.
I love you. You are not serious people.
And as I'm watching Jax in every iteration of different kinds of therapy with different therapists, who I believe all of these people were good people and went in with the best of intentions, but the problem, the call is coming from inside the house because Jax, you are not a serious person.
No. And even the biggest ding-dongs know, if it's just from memorization of hearing it over and over alone. The first step is acknowledging that you have a problem. And this guy is going out of his way to tell you, it's anger. I don't have a problem with drugs and alcohol. I'm pretty sure you will never win what I've heard. Pray tell is the biggest battle of someone's life is an addiction battle. If you don't even know you're in the battle, if you don't even know the battle's happening, like you're never gonna win. And
he's gonna end up like shooting himself in the face.
Is this a real? He kind of bops around between the anger stuff and then the drugs and alcohol stuff, and because Jax is the guy that like it goes to therapy or hears whatever goes, oh, that's a good one. Oh, if I say I'm an addict, then people seem to really give people some grace for that.
It's the whole reason why he was like saying, yep, what you said. Why he was so like not interested in pursuing the fight with Britney. Why if every time it got to a thing where normally he would fucking snap, he was like, you're right. Whatever you said then.
Yeah.
That's Jax pretending that his therapy is working.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
The next chunk that we get into is when we talk about Kristen and Jesse's like newfound friendship. And this one is a bit of a quagmire for me because I genuinely believe that Kristen is thinking that Jesse is shifting and changing and becoming a better version of himself, right? And because she has grown and obviously she's done some unsavory things on TV and she's become a new person. It's like, you know, when you see someone that it's like projection disclaimer, like I'm identifying myself to who you are too much and we're actually two different people.
Yeah.
And I think she might be doing that with Jesse just a wee bit because I don't think she realizes that Jesse's not just in this altruistic place of wanting to befriend Kristen. It's all very calculated. And even if it wasn't calculated, even if Jesse was like, I do want to turn over a new leaf, which is LOL, he's still the same person. And so Kristen is seeing these new things that he's doing, right? These new habits or friendships that he wants to explore, things that he wants to do, not realizing it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's the same person, just in a different outfit. And that's kind of where I get stuck because I don't think Kristen is lying to us when she says like, no, it is a genuine friendship and it like for you, but you think you are friends with someone who is evolving and you're not. And that's the problem because Jesse ain't evolving. I don't know if anyone has anything.
I do, but do you, Mike?
I mean, nothing more than my broken record stance.
That none of these people are actually friends.
That they're just all fake.
Well, like and subscribe.
Yeah, like, sorry, but yeah, I could see like, oh, but Kristen getting fooled. Like that's the part I'm like,
no, but that's why I said I think she's overly self-identifying. Like, no, I had these sticky, not so great traits, and look at me now.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I say the projection disclaimer of it all, where she's over-identifying, not realizing, like, right, and you did change, but this motherfucker hasn't.
Yeah.
But you so badly want to see your story in someone else because you think it's a great story. And look, I've changed and I met this great guy and now I'm pregnant. And now crazy Kristen's gone. It's how we started the whole episode.
Yeah, if it can happen to me, it can happen
to anyone.
Yeah, totally, maybe.
And she's not realizing like, no, your view on this guy is cloudy.
I think that there is definitely a genuine part of Kristen that is all of that. And I do that all the time. It's why I was like, no, but Huda, I get it. Like I fucking, like, I like, we can all go like, and I said straight up, like, I have been in that relationship. Yes, I was 13. It's a little immature. You should probably grow up at this point. But like, so I get that. And I do think that Kristen is genuine. But I think that it would be dumbing Kristen down to think that she's not also a seasoned veteran of this and also knows that like the ship blew up season 1 and she needed, there was a divide and she's got to figure out who her team is. Like you got to pick a side. You got to pick some people to like, even if they're not like your first choice, you know, if you don't have like your other besties here, like the enemy of my enemy is my friend, you know, like they both don't like Michelle. Michelle doesn't like them. And they like, I don't know. I feel like he's playing the fence with Janet. Sometimes I think that I never really see him go after Janet. That's weird.
No, they had that one kind of it wasn't even a direct confrontation between him and Janet, but when they went to Santa Barbara. But really quick, I just want to say, I got this weird feeling that that Michelle and Kristen aren't, I think they're on okay terms.
Yeah, right? I think now, they are too. They're just still not like, she's still in the like, I feel like Michelle and Janet are closer than, which you can't really, it's weird because I don't think they're close. I don't look at those two and go, oh, they have a great friendship.
It's almost a circumstance.
It's total circumstance. Yeah, but it still is what it is. I think that we could see, I think that Janet is going to lose this whole thing. Like, I think that everybody, like, if Michelle is single next year, my prediction is that Jesse will move in on that and try to like use that as his opportunity to look like he's being there for her in her time of like, you know, aloneness. And do you want to come over and have dinner with Isabel? And like, I could just see those things happening. I don't know, but like that's who he is to me, is like an opportunist in that way. And I also think that if Sheena is to come on, she's going to end up making up with Kristen and it's going to exile, Janet's going to be the odd man out. I think the same thing with Lala. And you said that last week, which I didn't even fucking realize that Lala doesn't fuck with Janet. Like she fucks with her in a way that she's not coming for her, but that's just because she's not on a show right now.
And she's also keeping her at an arm's length.
Exactly. Yeah. And I didn't even notice that until you brought that up. And that's totally it. But I think that Janet is going to be kind of funky for Janet because Janet, like I said, is the one, her and Jason are the ones that I think that have actually held their part of the bargain up with Jax. They just picked the wrong horse.
Yeah.
And it's going to completely fuck them. I don't know if they'll get asked back. Like, I don't know if, and I was thinking of when I was like writing this down, and I didn't even mean to say this, but then when I was just fucking typing it, just saying, like, I hope that, like, I wonder if they'll come back as friend of, but I didn't put that. I I wonder if Janet will come back as fan of.
Oh, that's so good.
It was just like a subconscious, like,
totally.
A fan of. Like, that's what she should be demoted to, not friend of.
She's already been a fan of.
Yeah.
Return to your natural habitat.
I think Janet, in watching this episode, I think Janet is a wannabe elitist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the way she talks down to everybody. She has the lawyer husband,
who's like a total dumb
for
lawyer.
sure. But like,
yeah, no, I'm with you. Like,
like
she's
my husband's a lawyer. Who is her best friend on the show?
Oh, sorry.
Brittany.
Yeah.
Who's the richest person probably on the show.
Or like the lead, like they base the show around her and her husband, so that gives her clout, right?
But not even the lead, because she's so pretentiously opposed to Jax. Like she's so what's it called when we talked about it, when you're like you said it, you couldn't think of the word, but then or the term when you're like presenting something, you're like, oh, I'm this, not a social justice warrior, but like a
fuck, I don't remember.
But you know what I mean? That she's that. So like she would never project like, oh, I'm on team Brittany and Jax, because Jax is too toxic for someone like Janet, Pearl Clutcher, to be associated with. So that eliminates that. To me, it's the money. Brittany's the richest. Brittany gets the most deals. She's got the most money. So she has the lawyer husband. My friends are the richest. We're like, I just watching Janet in this, I was like, oh, you're a wannabe like pretentious snob, but you don't have any money. Like you're not in that circle. You don't run with those people. You don't have the ability to run with those people. Maybe one day, but like you don't now. But you're acting like you do. You're acting like you live in the third house on the cul-de-sac across from Lisa and Adrian and fucking like Jason and Janet, but you don't. You live down the hill
she's like,
where their trash rolls too.
Yeah.
Like,
and spent time in my house in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Like, she's acting as though she lives at the Madison Club in Palm Springs, and 100%. Like you should be so lucky to be let into the gates of my life.
Yeah, and like that people are beneath her. She's like, but like, no, dude, you're the fucking one that's beneath everybody. Everyone is above you, Janet. You got this shit twisted.
Our next little chunk that we roll into is when we're talking about the guys' thread. Okay, their text thread and the whole prostitute stuff.
This fucking
and I'm tired of this conversation. Also, all I want to say is I just want to talk to the Danny perspective of this, because Janet came in, and of course I love how Janet, 10 toes down, say it, put your fucking back into it, chest into it. If you have something to say it to us. This is the time to do it. We're on the reunion. I felt like she was sidebarring to her husband a lot. Like, he should know better. Or, well, he's an actor. You know how microphones work. And I want to explain something to you, Janet. Danny is either a voiceover actor or on scripted shows. And when he's doing voiceover shit, it's for scripted stuff. That is very different than being on a reality TV show. And so when you're mic'd for a scripted show, right? You're going over to Crafty, you're getting something to eat, you're talking to someone, you're saying hi, whatever it is. And you know, whether you say something egregious or not, they're not using it because it's not a part of the Gilded Age, right? Like if you're an actor on the Gilded Age, like they're not going to use you talking about someone maybe being a sex worker on the show because it's not a part of the fucking show. And that's how Jesse, in my opinion, that's how Danny's brain is hardwired. So when he sees all the cameras breaking down and he's sitting there with Luke and he kind of just leans over and starts, or I don't know if he leaned over, but when he starts whispering, being like, you know that they just said this? And I really do believe when he said, my hand to God, and he is a fucking religious kid and he was raised, he's a pastor's kid, right? Mm-hmm. And they're also very religious. I really don't think he would say like my hand to God if he was lying. And maybe that's me being too naive and believing them too much. But I really think he was just in that scripted mode of, right, they're breaking the fucking shit down. Everyone's going home. We shot the scene. We're done. And I don't think he realized that he was saying it in a way that's outing everybody. I just don't think Danny was coming for them like that.
I totally disagree.
You do?
Yeah.
Please tell me more.
I just disagree. Like the thing was totally relevant to the conversation that these are key players on the show. He was telling a story very specific to things that they had already been talking about, the group chat stuff. Like I don't know why Danny said what he said. I don't know why, but he definitely said it in the sloppiest moment you could possibly say it. They are definitely using that. They are talking about something very specific, talking about the wife of Jesse, talking about something that Jesse did, talking about a group chat that we all know about, and talking to a guy in a room where there's cameras everywhere. And like, it wasn't just a fucking one shot from like, you could tell that the camera was planted over here and it's just like honing in on people. Like not like there was two different shots that were just like,
right. But that one camera was a break.
I think I know what happened. Like, I think it's like, so there's a term called a hot mic, and that we don't like, hot mic isn't a industry term. No. We're not like, mic's hot. Like a hot mic, that term comes from so-and-so was caught on a hot mic saying some stupid shit when they went to the bathroom, when they went here, when they forgot that, like that shit happens all the time. Professional actors, non-professional actors, politicians. People forget that they have a mic on all the fucking time. So, Janet, shut the fuck up. That could happen to anybody, and I guarantee because you said that, it'll happen to you. Like, what probably happened was, okay, we're going to come over, we're going to talk about the engagement and the ring, and then we're going to talk about this group text, and that's what's on the scene for today at whoever, Danny's fucking house. Cool? All right, great. Get the camera set. Well, okay, great. Ready at sound speed. Camera speed, great. Okay, go talk about the ring. I'm getting a ring. I'm thinking we're going to do Hawaii, blah, blah, blah. Oh, do you know about this group text? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I think we're good, everybody. We're good on the day. Let's pack it up. The camera that when Danny's like leaned over, that camera's on sticks. Yeah. It's not moving. So like maybe what happened was the producer was like, cool, we got it. That guy put the camera on sticks. The producer's got an IFB. She's listening, or he is listening to everything that's going on. If those two think it's done and the camera's sitting there and everyone's starting to pack up or talk their shit or whatever, and then they keep talking like, oh, that group text is fucking wild. Like, and also, how does she pick? Dude, do you want to know what's in that group chat? Like, Danny could 100% think that's
what I'm saying.
Right.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Nothing's happening. And that producer who's sitting in the control room or with a little mark could be like, yo, dude, keep recording on this.
Okay.
And the camera operator walks away.
Like, clearly, I fucking understand that all of that happens.
Nobody said you didn't.
But that is a very specific thing to say about a very relevant topic, about a very juicy subject, about people very involved in the fucking A list of the group here.
100%.
And so
anybody
so
else
the only
on
thing,
that show
fine,
would
then,
have said it and
Danny's
been like, I will 100%.
The dumbest asshole that's ever worked in television. Like, but that would be like a scripted show, and then they start talking shit on fucking Terry Crews. That would be like Simon and whoever sits next to him. We're not filming anymore. And then they just said, and that is probably bad because Simon would be you don't fucking air that if Simon says it. But like, it would be them talking about like their literal direct castmate. Like, you're not saying that on a mic that people are going to pick up.
Because I think Danny thinks or thought, I don't think he thinks this anymore.
He's a fucking actor. Like,
but he's on scripted stuff.
Big deal. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
No, but my point is he's thinking
the
when the
scripted
scene
stuff that he's on, they don't use lofts. That's a boom operator.
Okay,
or
he's
a
also
fucking
he's
like
more than a
telescoping
fucking
boom. There's no
he's
lavs
more.
unscripted. Like so, a lavalier mic is a little thing you put in it.
If you guys think that any actor that's been on set for more than one season of something is fucking thinking that like they can just say whatever they want to while their mics are on.
Do you think the Jesus guy would be down to knowingly be the one that puts out that information? Do you think his wife and him didn't talk about that? And Nia was like, "Oh, I think that's a great idea for our brand and our career here.
And
you
also
should definitely
him swearing
be the one."
to God, saying that he didn't know what was
You
happening.
guys can tell me all. I don't believe it for a minute. So,
but hold on, let me ask you this, just out of curiosity, because we do love Nanny. Oh, maybe that's their celebrity name. Because you and I specifically, you and me, talk about how much we love Danny and Nia, and we do think that they do put their money where their mouth is, as far as like wanting to like do better. And I don't think they're just presenting this couple that like is in therapy and has good communication. I think that's actually like the walk they're trying to walk.
yeah,
right?
I believe all that.
Right? So then how could we make such a hard left turn and think that all of a sudden he's going to swear to God and be lying?
Because how am I going to make a hard left turn on a guy that's been in the business for 20 fucking years who doesn't understand that he's saying something super relevant about the main cast to another main cast guy while they're still mic'd up while two cameras are pointing at them? Like that is just assuming that he is the dumbest asshole in the business.
Someone told him they were wrapped.
That's
and
what I'm
he
saying.
Doesn't. If he thinks that camera behind him,
then fucking click.
You don't do that. That's not what you do.
The
A2 comes and takes your mic. The mixer comes and takes your mic.
You don't have to take it off. You click it. They do it all the time.
No, I know they do it all the time, but hot mic. Also, it doesn't happen all the time.
I mean, you say it all day. I don't like. I got nothing for you. I do
great.
not believe that this
then
guy.
The next time you say that Danny and Nia are the God sent special beings, angels that do no wrong, I'm going to be like, well, what about that one time he totally fucking ruined Michelle on camera knowingly and then lied to God about it?
He ruined Michelle.
I tried to be in on the storyline about a prostitute and a billionaire and a like.
I think he was trying to have a conversation.
Gnarly. That's a gnarly storyline. It's one of the gnarliest. It's the second gnarliest storyline after Jax of the whole season. Michelle's a prostitute, and the group like what? Let's have the fucking churchy do it. All right, yeah. Jesus, do you think I should do? He didn't like. Come on, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to think that Danny knew that he was doing that and then said, "I swear to God, I didn't know." So he doubled down on it and
I have
raised
never
his hand to
said
the Lord.
that Danny is a perfect like son of God walking like the straightest and narrowest path. I think that they do their damnedest to stick to it, but I think that was early in the season, and I think that he was having a conversation that like may or may not make it, doesn't really know. Like I just think that like to assume that like I said, if he didn't do it on purpose, or if he didn't do it in a way that like he had any inkling at all that like this could be used against him, then he is the stupidest stupid fucking idiot on this entire set, and for someone that has worked here for that long, the dumbest. Like so stupid.
I would buy that a lot quicker than anything else. He's not the brightest fucking dude on the show.
Okay, we wrap up the season, or the episode 1 of the reunion, first part rather, with talking again about the Jax and Britney stuff. And we learn some new stuff just in the sense of like, okay, now we know that Jax is sober from everything but weed. So he's not drinking. He's not, allegedly, not drinking, not doing coke, none of that stuff. Britney did keep bringing up like, are you on steroids? Listen, this guy is a pathological liar. So
he's
when he says
1,000% on steroids.
That's
allegedly.
Right. By the way,
you're a dick and you're broke, so I don't feel like getting sued. But like, come on. Do you remember his big ass fucking arms?
Bro,
like
the three of us
so
never agree
juiced.
on anything, and like that, we're all like, no, you're still on roids.
Yeah.
Which is probably why you got an anger issue.
No,
just saying.
Literally, Royd's side effect number 1
is anger. Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah, it is that.
And I don't know. I don't know if we necessarily learned that. It was interesting to know that he's been sober from alcohol because he's always like, I don't have a problem with alcohol. And obviously, you know, he's California sober. Think of that however you want to. Britney has full custody right now. She lets him, I guess, see Cruz once a week. And then like every other weekend, I guess he gets to spend some time with him. And she did say, I'm not trying to keep our son from him, but I have to know that it's a safe environment and he's got to get drug tested, which he is. And I guess he's passing. I do think, considering his history, and he's on film constantly saying that he has these anger issues, that he should have to be tested for roids, but I just don't know if you can do that in this situation. Like drugs, yes, but I don't know if steroids are considered such a...
Not illegal.
Right.
He's not a pro athlete, so fucking fire
That's
away.
right. Like, it's interesting. It's an interesting kind of fine line to think about because it does make him so rageful. And he has anger issues just to begin with. But anyway.
God, he could fall off a cliff and it would seriously do everyone a favor. Like his son would be so much better off, like not having to deal with any of this and just... It's an accidente.
It's just so sad because he really is 100% solely about himself.
Yeah.
Even when, like,
nothing to be done about it.
Again, him and Jesse do have these similarities where when Jax says, you know, when like Jesse kind of like like he boxes himself into a corner, like in an argument. Yeah. And then you realize like, right, you're beat and you did it to yourself. And similarly, when Jax was saying, the last thing I would want is to displace my son. And it's like...
But you did already.
But you did.
Multiple times.
Yeah, and cameras were rolling and we saw it.
Think that, I should probably not say this, or maybe do some prep work the night before about how to avoid, like, nothing. And that's what, like, Jesse, like, you were on the path. Like, there were so many similarities between these two guys of just like the way they were communicating and having, like I always say, like, just like no dignity in your word and no, like, just like not caring that, like, everything that you're spitting out, like, everyone is just like, okay, guy. Like, that's why Jax, I think, like, listen, he probably is off the show because they fucking knew that shit was going to come out about him, that, like, they just could not in good faith, just in good, like, oh, it's just wrong and everyone's going to tell us it's wrong and we're not going to be able to deny that it's wrong. But like for me, as I've said a million times, Jax got to a place where he didn't have anyone left to film with that he could have a natural conversation with, that anybody would be even like...
Besides Jason, who is persona like non grata,
right.
No one wants
but
to.
He could only have that because Jason, as we would all know, that Jason thought he was getting something out of it. Or I know Jason knows his role in this, but for anybody to actually, any of those Vanderpump kids that have known Jax for 10 years, just imagine them sitting across from Jax and Jax saying anything, even like, I had a cheeseburger for breakfast. They'd be like, did you though? Like nothing.
Well, you see how Kristen relates to him. She does that. She's like, be kind. That's a lie. You can't talk to her that way. Yeah. It's almost like she's like, I don't know if you've, how do I say this? Sorry, I want to say this in like, fuck.
Let me just end this by saying,
please.
Jesse, you were on that path. Like this whole show was you saying a sentence and someone else saying no, and then you going, like nothing. You had nothing. You didn't try. And then when you did, it was an embarrassment. And it would just be great to like have, like when we talk about Charlie on Next Gen NYC being like, he's not the villain. He is a cautionary tale. Let this be your cautionary tale because you have more brains than this guy has. There is something, you still have a fighting chance. Get out now.
You're not terminal, but you're close.
You're close.
You're stage 4.
We're all watching you. You're on the parallel path, but you can veer.
I really do think that, unfortunately, for right now, until he shows us anything different, Jax is an incredibly abusive, dark person that needs a lot of help.
Yeah.
And to come full circle from, like, you know, we jokingly say those things in the beginning. And one of them was like, you know, kind of thank God there's only 2 episodes left where we have to watch this guy. Because it's sure, like, you don't like Ramona Singer and she's being kooky and whatever. It's all fun and games until somebody loses an eye, right? Like Ramona was all funny and jokey until she started saying things that were really horrible and like hurt people.
Yeah.
Jax has passed the threshold of being not palatable 100 miles ago.
Yeah.
And I think that he needs to go away. I'm grateful that he's going away. I hope he continues to get help. And the only way that we will ever, and not that he ever even needs to be on anyone's TV screen again, but the only way we will ever take anything, you know, like a la you are not a serious person. The only way we will take something in the vein of that he's doing, like, oh, okay, I can take you seriously now, is by your actions changing. And you are so far from that. You are so far from that. And it is a blessing that you're not going to be on this show next season because it's so toxic.
He needs to go away, though. Like, he needs to surrender his phone. And I don't say this. I don't know anybody else I would actually say this about. Like, yes, everybody could benefit from a good unplugging, you know?
Good digital detox.
Yeah. But like, I honestly think that the only way to cure this guy is if he literally disappears and goes to like live on a compound, like for 12 months, like for a whole year of just like forgetting what anyone that anyone even has anything to say about him, that anything ever was said about him, because it all doesn't matter, because it's all media. It's all on a TV screen. Your entire life has been lived like behind, in front of a camera. And so all you care about is what you have been able to display, what you've been able to put out there. You have to forget that, like, that's even an element in your life, that like anybody watching your life besides you and besides your son, that's it. And that's all.
You need to take it down to the studs, son.
Truly. And
yeah.
I don't know who else. I mean, like I said, everyone could benefit from some level of that. This is a guy that there is no coming back unless you just almost go away to a point where like you forget who you were.
That's the thing though. That's, I was just saying, like, I'm good at like watching the movie all the way through to the end and being like, actually, here's what's going to happen 2 months after that year, 14 months from now, when he leaves that ashram or whatever that he's been at the top of fucking Mount Fuji or some shit. Like, he's going to go back to being Jax.
Yeah.
So what Jax needs to do is go there forever.
Or
Jax
just get a lobotomy.
I mean that. But like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jax needs to be like, if this is my life, I will die. One way or the other.
Yeah.
Literally, or if he needs to go to that place forever.
Yeah.
And I'm not being like, oh, fucking get rid of the guy forever.
No.
If
you want to live,
you're the ultimate, like, oh no, the ultimate optimist, right? I don't think Jax will I don't think there's a place Jax can go and get better and come back to function in society. Jax needs to move to a fucking place in Tibet and live happily ever after. Yeah. That is the place Jax Taylor will live happily ever after.
Do you know what's really crazy though? If you think about how addicted to attention and celebrity and fame and all of that, that is his oxygen. He wants it more than, this might be way harsh, Ty, but like, I almost think he prizes that over like his son.
Oh,
like
he does. No, it's not even a question.
Over everything.
Over everything, right? And you would think that this person would have been around long enough to see that everybody loves a story of, I was this person, I've changed my ways, I've seen the light, I've done all this work, and here's the new me and whatever. And if only for that reason, that you would want to actually legitimately get help to like heal yourself and whatever, you'd think he'd want to take that route.
Yeah.
Because that would get you the most fame. Everyone would be like, how you were the most hated person on television. You were such a horrible person. And to be able to then be reflective, help other people. But like, it just goes to show, honestly, I think like how sick this person is.
Yeah.
That he can't see the forest for the trees. He is so, you know that saying, like, you can't solve the problem from the same thinking that created it.
Yeah.
And that's why Jax is just in this never ending dog chasing its tail of rage and regret, victimhood, you know, all this shit that we've seen him play out on our TVs for the better part of, you know, over a decade.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Should we get into the commies?
Listen, I want to start with truth and end with truth, because that's what I'm all about.
Shocker.
I'm all about truth.
Bookend with truth.
Yeah. I don't know if any of you remember that Courtney was thinking she might get a nose job.
No, I'm not going to get one. I'm just saying if there was any plastic surgery I was going to get right now, I haven't gotten any, I would get a nose job. And I know I'm being ridiculous.
I feel
know
like
that.
you have been saying that for a while, but I feel like what you said last week was like you had actually maybe started kind of looking a little further into.
No,
I don't know.
I can't buy a new pair of Converse. You think I'm
watch the
buying a new
tape.
nose?
I don't know. I don't know.
No.
Truth for Peace says, Courtney, please don't let anyone touch your nose. Don't fix what isn't broken. I have some questions for you to ask yourself, hypothetically, if you are truly thinking about having a nose job. Right now, you are currently in the #1 position on Natalie's favorite nose list. Are you mentally prepared to possibly go down to Natalie's second favorite
I am
nose
not, Your Honor.
or third favorite nose or even her 17th favorite nose? Also, what if a stranger asks your Italian father if you were his adopted daughter? Right now, you look Italian. What if the surgery turns you Irish? And that's not a knock on the Irish.
Yeah,
I
what
think
the
Irish
hell,
women are
Truth?
beautiful, but your nose frames your face perfectly. I wish there was a job where a person could truly tell us when we should go for more surgery and when we should stop. A position where they would not be getting any kickbacks from plastic surgeons. The goal should be to avoid crossing the Rubicon. I don't think Michael Jackson ever needed plastic surgery, but if he could have at least just stopped after his Thriller album, that would have been perfect. You are perfect exactly where you are at. And I just want to say that Consistent Try, Carly T, Deborah Lashley, Harris, Megan McNaughton, McFix, Patty Moreno, and Patrick Boren even just chimed in. Like I caught it right before I was like printing out the final list because I've been tallying everybody who says, I'm right, because you know I love that, right? So please.
Thanks,
Just
guys.
chill it out.
Listen, I have nose dysmorphia. It's a self-made up, self-diagnosed disease. I know my nose is great. I love it. I'm so grateful for it. It breathes perfectly. I just was saying, and by the way, I haven't gotten any plastic surgery. I've never even had fake nails. I dye my hair. I get 16 units of Botox in my forehead, and that is all, folks. Okay. And one day, me and McFix, we talked about this. We're going to get facelifts, and we're hoping for a deal because we're going to go in for a twofer.
Yeah, I like to get in on that.
Yeah,
deal.
3 for then.
Yeah, and I always say, don't wait till you're 60. Do it when you're 50.
Wait.
Why would I waste the last 50 years of my life going, oh, just wait another 10 years? No, I'm getting it in meads.
I have to tell you the cutest thing really quick. So my mom was sick and tired of looking sick and tired. And she told my dad this. And my mom could literally staple her tits to her shoulder blades. And my dad would be like, she looks gorgeous. I love your mother, the most beautiful woman in the world. And she's like, I'm doing it for me, Bob. I don't care. And so she makes an appointment with Dr. Chardulo, obviously. And she's going to get a facelift. And my Aunt Dale was also getting a facelift. And her husband, my Uncle Frankie, he was really pissed about it. And so my mom and my Aunt Dale decided that they were going to schedule them so that like my mom could take care of my Aunt Dale and my Aunt Dale could take care of my mom. And the facelifts, my dad was so pissed. He dropped her off at the hospital and he opens the door. He goes, get out. And my mom's like, you're not walking me in? Because he was so nervous she was going to do something that would like, 1, ruin her face, but 2, like she could die. And he goes, you need help? Page Dr. Chadulo. And so my mom and her cute little, she had Mai ties all over her pajamas and it said my M-A-I, place or yours. Her Nick and Nora pajamas and her pillow. She walked into the hospital by herself. She gets this facelift and she looks so fucking good that my dad had the stones to go to. Now he looks in the mirror and he'll go, people say a movie star good looks. You think Dr. Chadulo could fix this? Because my mom looks so good. So I'm just saying, maybe plastic surgery is for everyone. Call Dr. Chadulo in Bergen County. Dr. Chadulo also did my sister's breast implants, and my dad goes, he's an artist. He did a great job. Anyway, we have no boundaries in my family. But thank you guys. Thank you so much. I will not be seeing Dr. Chadulo, and I will be keeping this nose. But also, do you know that your nose and your ears never stop growing? So at some point, if my nose if it swallows my whole face,
It hasn't since I met you.
Okay, well, just wait another 20 years.
Okay.
Because we met when you were 4.
That's
You're
true.
up, Mike.
5 years ago when I was 4.
All right. So I'm going to start with Nettie.
Shocking.
My northern light. My northern star. My North Star. Swimming lessons for toddlers. I'm guilty. Nettie, we had a good run. I kid. I paid a swim instructor for my 2-year-old and she made swim team eventually. She hated it and quit, Why? Because I'm catastrophist.
Catastrophist.
Catastrophist. I refuse to be blamed for a drowning child. Good call. I don't blame you for that. But my mom would have had someone throw me in a lake and she would have yelled, "Kick your legs." Just like my Grammy did. Listen, there were a bunch of people who were anti throw your kid in the lake and a couple of people who were like, no, I got thrown in the lake too.
And I lived to type this comment.
Yeah. One person who got thrown in the lake and still can't swim at the ripe young age of 71 is Deborah Lashley. Deborah, it's fine. Swimming ain't that great. And we talked about it. We like chilling in the shallow end with our pool noodles. And I got a good tip that if you put the pool noodles in your boots, they won't flip over like a taco like mine have.
Your boots?
Yeah, my
wearing
boots.
boots swimming?
No, like cowboy boots. We had talked about the thing, and we were talking about pool noodles, and like I was like, oh, I use pool noodles to whack my brother, and she was like, oh, I use them to stick in my boots, so they don't flop over.
Yeah,
and I'd never heard that.
Yes,
and
sorry, we're out of a pool now.
That's great.
He's been all...
Yeah, Marion Shepherd got thrown in the lake. Listen, a bunch of people, like I said, got thrown in. A bunch of people didn't. I think I've changed my tune. I have thought about it. Yeah. And the fine family of Showmance has made me see the wrongness of my ways. I don't think throwing people in the deep end is probably the family bonding experience I made it out to be. And the more I think about it, if I had kids, I couldn't recall his name at the time, but I think Joe Schmo helped me out with this. I would have hired the stoner fucking gold medal swimmer, Michael Phelps, to teach my kids how to swim because I would want my little baby to be the fastest motherfucker in every pool in town. So once that registered and I was like, wait, you would do the same thing because you're so competitive. Like I can teach my kid how to swim, but not as fast as Michael Phelps could teach my kid how to swim. And that's when it trends. So I was like, I think I've changed my tune. I'm down for swimming lessons.
I also want to tell you that in all seriousness, when you do get, or how about this? When I got swimming lessons, they also taught water safety. So like if you are in the ocean and like a boat capsizes or whatever, like I learned how to blow up all my clothes so that I could make it a life flotation device. I'm just saying.
Also, Nettie's the one that changed your mind. Period. End of story.
You're not wrong.
So. Listen, Nettie led the charge, as she does. Leads the charge for my the bettering of my life.
Oh my God, Nat, anytime you're like in an argument with Mike, you need to hit Nettie up and be like, if you
Nettie
could
and
work
Miss Chevy.
What would Nettie do? I mean,
Yes, and
WWND.
Nettie and Miss Chevy, if you tell them what's happening and have them send me a thing,
or
you'll
like just
fucking
work
win every
this
argument.
weird thing like into your next commento.
Yeah. No.
You'll be healed. You guys will be talking in a day.
Those two are in my brain. The Leslie C. This was the funniest comment we had all week. If Janet's baby can feel her sadness, I wonder if it can also feel her prison fantasies.
Brilliant.
So funny.
Honestly.
Another Nettie. And the Academy Award goes to Jesse. What a performance.
So
Truth.
good.
Truth. Go heavy with the Netties. I do think this show's fake. These people show us their worst when Bravo's recording. Or was Jax's toxicity completely contagious? The stupid virus spread to even the lawyer. The villain Jax in any other setting would have gotten his ass beat. I think she's referring to Danny and him, and I'm fucking Nettie. I'm so with you. I don't know why no one's beat the shit out of Jax yet. The villain Jax in any other setting would have gotten his ass beat, or someone would have come to defend Danny and knock Jax's fake teeth out of his mouth. I wanted Nia to recall her martial arts training and wipe the floor with Jax. She could have taken him.
Yeah,
I think she could have. I think it would have been
100%.
sick. Jeanette Allen, British Jeanette. I'm sorry. I'm going to leave the accents to these two. Anything over 33 is classed as geriatric pregnancy. Stupid, I know. My mom was 45 when she had me, and I'm the youngest of 12. That's crazy. And that was way back in the day. You're right. Medical terms are brutal. This was an interesting chain. There was a bunch of people.
The whole thread was so great.
Yeah, totally. So if anyone's bored, go check it out because there's a lot of people having babies at like 48 and 50.
You couldn't even give one shot at the accent. We've bared our souls here.
But you guys are the accents. I don't want to.
I don't do that. I just do whatever I want. You couldn't even nothing.
Yeah, I don't want her to hate me. She already said that I was she's party of Mike.
Oh,
I'm not trying to ruin that.
Such a brown noser right now.
And then I won't read all of these, but there was a bunch of the just people are on kind of slipping into my little bandwagon of like Zack needs to be careful about his blackout drinking.
Which he does.
Yeah.
And we've said.
No, I'm interjecting. This is what I want you to know, Zack. You do whatever you want. I will love you regardless, but I am few and far between. There are a lot of people out there who will next year, now that Jax is gone, I don't know who's going to be the target next. If Danny and Nia get a reprieve, then like you are just opening yourself up to be the new target. And I don't want that for you. I want us to just be able to enjoy life of Zack.
Yeah, no, I'm
party of Zack.
I'm not hating on Zack.
And
I'm not
Benji.
like, oh, I don't fucking like Zack. I'm with you. I'm like, bro, don't go down that path because the target is gone, right?
Yeah.
So now they're not going to do another season of Danny takedown. Like it's just not going to. No one's going to tune in for that.
Next year, I think.
But they will pick another person, and if you're there, don't think they won't come for you. So
I
just
do
stop.
believe in Zack.
Yeah.
I believe that he can get his way out of these like blackout drunk. It's not going to be easy.
But that's the thing. He's so much fun, always, and funny, and a good time.
Yeah, and we just don't want to have to waste our time
3 times
having all
season.
these conversations about him, like we've had to do all year about Danny and Nia and God knows who else. And if just remember what we told Danny. These aren't your friends. Don't drink with your coworkers or your enemies, people that are trying to take you down.
I'm not even going to be able to do this one justice, but I'm pretty sure everyone who watched this episode rewound this 47 times and was like, was that English? Was she speaking English? When Britney was at Lala's meeting the baby, Shannon Fall, Britney meeting Lala's new baby. Or gourd lore.
That's horrible.
Dude, that's basically what it sounded like. Another Shannon Fall. Jax?
Shannon, I got it. I heard it in my head. That ain't it.
I told you I'm not the accent guy. You guys are the accent guys.
Well, no, you are so good at Britney. Just do it like Britney.
But that wasn't even Britney.
Yeah.
That was alien Britney. Another Shannon. Jax. This is a PSA for Jax. Jax, filler is not a DIY situation.
His filler is an abomination.
I got a lot of Shannons. Luke and Kyle Cook going head to head for best Bravo sperm is wild.
Yeah.
I think so too. I liked this one because I think this all the time, but I don't know if I ever say it, and I don't know why. Sunset Harp. These folks in their 30s and 40s getting so wasted and obnoxious and mean is not a good look. They act like they're 20. By their great age, it is time to reel things in. It's not cute and it's kind of gross. Yes, I'm with you. Oh, this is a good one. Zan. Honestly, Zan and Nettie were the keys to my pool. Don't throw kids in the pool switch. So there you go, Zan. I don't think Danny wants to fight with Jax because that gives Jax too much power. Jax gets off on fighting with people. The best thing you can do with someone like that is kill him with kindness. And
Agreed.
Chase, if you're watching, you're going, I told you, Mike. I told you that was the way to do it. Chase is my boss. He does it all the time. He's the best. Chase is...
I love that Chase feels strongly about something on the Valley.
No, he feels strongly about kill him with kindness.
Oh.
That's Chase's MO. It's like, because we work in TV, and so everyone's mean. And I'm like, I'll fucking be mean back. I don't give a shit. Chase is like, no. We're going to be nice. And they fucking hate. And it works every time. People just, like, the meanest people are just melting in Chase's hand.
But wait, who is Chase?
Oh,
Guys?
sorry.
Who's
Chase
boss?
is my, like, direct boss. Like,
okay.
right over. There's Chase and then Hofer.
Okay.
Chase is that.
Wait, but also that's what Kristen said. The best insults are at a low volume. Spoken,
Yes.
spoken
comment,
gently
but
or something like that.
Yeah.
Tell someone off.
There's
Get
more.
a normal.
The most
no.
effective insult is when
Yeah.
they're done in a controlled whatever.
Yeah.
I also thought this was there was a lot of good comments. Danielle Siebert, hope I'm not butchering that. Britney used to throw up all the time because of the stress of Jax. By the way, she hasn't been sick at all since separating from him. That should tell you something. And she's been wasted. So that should double tell you something that you probably fucking nailed that. Marianne Shepard. I'm not going to read all the comments, but if I see one that agrees with me about Zack, I'm going to give him a shout out.
Oh,
Marianne
what do you know?
Shepard.
Mike's going to read a comment that
Nettie.
agrees with him about
Bolsters up his
something.
theory.
Yeah.
Also, Marianne Shepard got thrown into the ocean. by her aunt and
Yeah,
uncle.
that was a little much. Thrown into the ocean, that's a whole other bag of bananas than the lake.
Yeah. Oh wait, I think she got thrown in by her cousin, and then her she swam until her aunt and uncle came, panicked and came and got her. So thanks to aunt and uncle for
No, that
saving
you
Mary
live to
Ann.
tell the tale.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Nicheless Boomer. Zach also thinks you should stop drinking. Deborah Lashley, who I said, thrown into the pool at the YMCA, 71, still can't swim. So again, that's probably a little traumatic, that experience for Deborah. Listen, Jeanette also thrown in the water. When she was a kid, she didn't even know there was any other way. And I know you're going to read this one, but I just want to read deeper down into the thread because it's so fucking funny. And I pissed myself laughing because this is totally something I would do. When Coco, you were talking about your birthday, and she's like, I knew it. And then like 10 minutes later, she's like, I'm such an idiot saying I knew it. Like I didn't just wish you a happy birthday on the last video. I would do that shit. Sister, I don't understand how they were even able to buy a house when he owed the government that much money. Usually when you're buying a house, you have to pay everything off or have everything paid off or at least up to date for payments. The whole story sounds like a lie. I know you commented on that.
I did because maybe they bought the house under Britney's credit.
Yeah, maybe. I
And
don't
under
know.
her
It does seem fishy to me. And then
Well, they got the house, so clearly he couldn't have had all these back taxes, so they probably just used her credit.
yeah, maybe. Maggie McNaughton doesn't like that Zach drinks so much. And then Edith Ali, I think is the name. This is the one. Janet and Jax are the same exact soul. Their delivery is just different. Facts. Please get Janet off our screens. Frickin' men to that. All right, Joe Schmo. I tried to get a party of Joe Schmo here on this one, but she wasn't having it. Schwartz is me. I'd never, ever show up empty-handed. Even if it's your favorite snack, I'm bringing you something. My buddies' dogs always hound me because they get healthy treats and they know I'm packing.
It's so cute. I
So
love that
cute,
one.
which is like, yeah, okay, that tracks. So I was like, do we need a hashtag party of Joe Schmo? Her reply, I don't like people enough for that. So there will not be a party of Joe Schmo.
Speaking of,
What? You got some party of Schwartz?
yeah, I think
shit.
another record. This might be a record breaker. I didn't count last time. It was just clearly the record.
Yeah,
So
but there were a lot this week.
no, there was.
People are just. What's the opposite of dropping like flies?
And I don't know. All I know is I just want to tell you that people are finally getting it, but time is running out because, by the time that the last episode comes, since there's no more Valley after the last episode, we won't have anywhere to put you. We won't have anywhere to announce your membership if you wait till the last. So really, you've only got next week. You've only got one episode left to join with any real dignity, with any real like true
Sense of self and pride
Yeah.
that you did the right thing.
yeah,
You stood up for your country when they needed you.
exactly.
I think the term you're looking for is getting in on the ground floor.
Yeah, you're not claiming, bone spurs or anything like that.
I mean,
Yeah, you want to get it on the ground floor. You want to be on the right side of history, on Schwartz Street. And you know who is? Megan, Kathleen Diaz, Laura Cavers, Dark Hours, But My Name is Veronica, Noreen Willis, Charlotte Hall. I've just been asking everyone that when they join Party of Schwartz to hashtag Party of Schwartz because I just think it will be funny one day if we ever do find Schwartz and be like, we created this hashtag for you. Look how many people have hashtag Party of Schwartz.
he's like, I'm in party of Schwartz.
I love that. But SH, she put in her comment, Schwartz me.
Done.
By the way, that's merch. Schwartz me.
That's merch. That's
Yeah.
like beer
Schwartz
me.
Yeah,
Schwartz me.
Hold my Schwartz.
Like it's making me rethink the whole campaign.
Yeah.
Too
Schwartz
late.
me.
Anyhow.
Wait, that's what we're going to say when we're at our first meeting at the Elks Lodge. Like,
yeah.
Schwartz me.
Yeah.
Bring it in. Schwartz
Bring
me.
it in.
Hey.
Schwartz me.
Schwartz me. Schwartzing all over the place.
I love that. And I have one
prepared.
more.
Oh.
and only gets better.
Compliments of Mark.
She got in the same way I did.
Leave it to Mike, my dad, and Jerry Maguire to be king of the living room. The recruiters of all recruitment.
Yeah.
Your country thanks you.
You're welcome.
Mike had let Only Gets Better know that you need to go look at a picture of young Schwartzy. They
Yeah, I
did,
didn't even think
and now
of
we have
that.
a new member.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, it's like warning too. Like, be careful if you're like, oh, maybe I'll try that. Be careful.
Yeah, NSFW.
Yeah, because yeah, totally. And you're joining. So
Okay.
Okay, please continue.
just a shout out to Joe Schmo. Obviously, she's our resident movie expert. But also Meteor Wine for the acknowledgement on The Player, greatest movie ever. But also Meteor with the amazing analogy, The Studio, which I think is on the Netflix. It's Seth Rogen's.
No, it's Apple TV.
The Apple TV. So Seth Rogen's new show, The Studio, on Apple TV. He's like, dude, I always tell people The Studio is a cross between The Player and Curb Your Enthusiasm. And I watched it. I haven't fully caught up on it, but like, I've not heard anybody make a better like two show marriages about it's this and it's this. So good job. Also, thanks for the wine.
That shot is the most incredible shot I've ever seen.
Player, yeah.
When you brought up the movie, I forgot that was called The Player.
Right.
So I didn't. I remember. I think I don't know what I answered when you said. I
No,
think I just said like
Joe
I think I
Schmo was
have it.
like,
I don't.
oh
I
man,
didn't
I can't
remember
believe
which
they
movie
both
it
haven't
was.
seen it. So I love
No,
that you
I
didn't know
fucking
it
saw
until
that
I
movie.
explained the shot, and you're like, wait a second, I've totally seen that movie.
Yeah.
Like the oneer is what Meteor also says. That's what they're called.
The
Or
oneer?
tracking shot. They're called oneers.
Oh my god, it is
It's just a
incredible.
Yeah, I've
one
never seen
take.
this movie.
Oh my god, it's so
It just has a shot that
fucking
lasts. It's one take and it goes for how many minutes?
It's
like the
minutes
Goodfellas take
long.
where they're
It's better than
It's
that.
better than It starts at his house. He's in his house getting ready for work, leaves his house, gets in his car, drives to like Paramount, drives into the lot, parks, walks into his office. It's the most psycho shot you've ever seen in your entire life. It's
The note where he's
amazing.
holding up the piece of paper that says you're gonna die or I'm gonna kill you or
it's the
something, where
best
it's like
thing ever.
once the other guy's out of the shot is now outside of his office, and at that moment that the camera crosses his window, he holds up this thing that's basically like a threat that says like you're gonna die or something like that.
It's the best opening.
And like you see him
so
do
good.
it, like it's the timing of it is like, and then you see the note and like it's incredible. It's
Okay, I gotta
incredible.
watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, two more. That's my black opinion. All you wrote was why so much hate. I have two questions. What do you mean? And the second one, you commented that on the Valley. So you might have answered your own question.
They didn't say like what the hate.
No,
like,
shit, they literally just wrote, why so much hate? Rachel, I started this pod and realized I haven't watched the episode. LOL, I'll be right back. That shit made me laugh. All right. This is a little message for fucking Janet. And not the Valley Janet, but Ronessa's high school bully Janet. You stupid fucking dick. Roness. My high school bully's name was actually Janet. Fuck you, Janet, high school bully. Even though this Janet triggers me, I still enjoy hate watching her. The public backlash against her gave me some sense of retribution, as it should.
That might be. Did she brought something to society?
She did.
Janet offered
Janet
some
is helping
healing.
people.
This is
Yeah.
healing.
That's
well,
lovely.
Okay,
That's
fine.
good
Way to
on
go,
Janet.
You finally
Yeah.
did something right with your life.
Yeah.
The Valley Janet, not you fucking bully Janet. And I think she's doing a service on the Valley by educating us all on how toxic mean girls operate out in the world, which I thought that was a great comment because it's totally true. And then if no one heard me before, Janet, you go fuck yourself. Stop being a bully, you dumb dick. Yeah,
Aggressive.
suck it.
Even though I don't like bullies, I just don't like aggression either.
Well, I'm allowed to be a bully towards bullies. You
Towards
know
a
that
bully.
I was that kid in school. I wasn't a bully, but I would always
pushed
fucking
back
beat
against
up
bullies.
the bullies. That
That's
was
so
my
nice of
favorite
you.
thing. Yeah, thank you.
My dad was like that as well. Are you ready?
I'm
Am I
ready.
Okay.
And I'm not. I'm done.
Rachel said, I'm creating one of my own Nat-style conspiracy theories. I was just listening to Lala's pod, the one about the Valley season 3, and at minute 53, she talked about being in talks to do something. What if it's to be on the Valley? Personally, I would love that. I've always liked her no nonsense attitude. Me too.
I heard that today too, and I don't often listen to her thing, but it said in the title like 3 things she's talking about, and one of them was the Valley, and so I was wondering if she was going to say that. So she says that, but also Sheena fucking Shea literally just announced this morning or yesterday at the latest was that that she is going to be back on our TV screens in 2026. So I don't know if that just means she's returning as like the role that she's playing now, or if it's a whole other show that we don't even fucking know about, or if she's going to be full time on this show. I don't know.
Listen, whatever happens, happens. I don't need Sheena and Brock on the Valley.
No,
I would
I don't
like
either.
to have Schwartz and Lala. I'm good with those two.
Also, one thing that I was a little embarrassed about. I bought that book. You know, it's a work expense. It was a write off. But I also have Spotify Premium. It's free on there. I've spent $15 on that stupid fucking thing.
Yeah, you're welcome, Sheena.
Okay, well, not to be shady. So, you know, she's, I think, like number 4 on the New York Times list right now, but they have that little like dagger cross next to it. Do you guys know what that means?
No.
It's basically a notation to the reader to let you know that not that this is a false number, but it's not just like, oh, you bought the book, I bought the book, and it's a cumulative total of a bunch of individual sales. It's designating that like there was a massive bulk sale that happened, and that's what's kind of bolstered the numbers up.
That's what Donald Jr. had. He was just buying his books in boxes like in mass.
I think that's the secret.
No, but it's not, because if you look at all the other books on the list, like The Anxious Child and all that stuff, they're just people are liking this book, wanting it, and genuinely just buying it. And hers has that little dagger cross thing that just shows that like someone or multiple people bought some bulk orders of this book, and that's kind of what has led it to get to number 4.
You know what? Like, I read the book. I thought she sounded very sweet, and I dropped my guard down for a minute for her. And then on this reunion, she said something. Jesse said that Sheena called his girlfriend and said, just so you know, if you're dating Jesse, no one will like you. Well, that may be true. But also, Sheena, no one really likes you. and that's just the fact of the matter. Like, that's just the hard truth. And I don't think you deserve any of the kind of hate that someone like Jesse Lally gets, but like, I thought that was very unself-aware of you to say something like that after kind of just going on and on and on in your book about how, you know, no one's really been that nice to you and people don't really like you and you're misunderstood and whatever. Like, I just, like, you've not learned a lot, I don't think, and that's a bummer.
I think where I get stuck with Sheena is she uses these like, oh, I hooked up with so-and-so to prop up herself as this like social commodity. And I don't like that. Like, fine, you want to fuck a bunch of whoever the hell you want to have sex with, whether it's a bunch of A-list, D-list, anywhere in between people that we know in the world of celebrity and pop culture. Okay, great, fine. But like, I don't need that to be your claim to fame, right? So like, Lala talks about being, you know, really open sexually and the things that she did with certain sexual partners and how she hooked up with that guy Randall that she ended up having the kid with. I think they were engaged or whatever. But Lala was like interesting and provocative and had something to say. She wasn't saying, oh, because I had sex with this guy who produced some movies, I'm interesting. And I feel like Sheena does this stuff and then uses it to make her relevant. And that's where I get, and she might be a lovely person. I'm just saying that's my like big sticking point with her that I can't really get like past, because first of all, it's also not a story anymore. This happened so many years ago. You're not Elizabeth Taylor talking about your 7 engagements and your Rock Hudson and all this stuff. It seems very like you're grasping at straws for any sense of relevancy.
Yeah, and that, you know what would have been cool is for her to say in my 20s, I found that I was really grasping at straws and celebrities for some relevancy. And like, it doesn't seem like the lessons that she thinks that she's learned seem to sort of be cherry picked as like lessons that she thinks will come off good as like I learned this lesson the hard way, but it's like, there's many more lessons that like everyone else has been waiting for you to learn. And just the sheer fact that you called someone's girlfriend and said, if you date this person, nobody will like you, when your entire story has been, nobody has really liked me. And I just...
She speaks from experience.
I mean, I guess that's
No,
one way to look at it.
No, I think the reason I thought of that when you were saying it is because it's still her trying to make herself relevant. It's still her inserting herself in a way where it's like, just be you. Like, you can tell it, in my opinion, from the way that she puts herself together. I just feel like she is so... I don't want to say desperate because that seems way harsh,
but she is. But don't write a book about how like the things that you've learned and all the tales that you are telling and all as like a oh, I made a bunch of wrong choices, or in retrospect, or whatever, in a way that's like not really a real in retrospect. It's like still a very cherry picked and like not addressing like the real
and convenient.
They're all very convenient, which is like what your whole life has seemed to have been is convenient. Is like doing things that would, I don't know. I don't think you got it yet, but I do think that you're a very sweet girl. I really do think that she wants to be a good friend, and she wants good friends. And I think she would do a ton for her friends. Maybe her friends aren't good enough to tell her you're doing this all wrong. So maybe you still haven't found the good friends that are matching your friend energy, and you should keep looking.
Okay. Mary Aika Kent said, just watched first reunion. I can't stop giggling every time Jax opens his mouth. You got fired, trash. That was Natalie.
So good.
He is working so hard to stay relevant on the show. Sai, Jason, Janet, and Jax are the worst quote unquote actors ever. The comments and the eye rolls, too much. Preview next week has Jason coming hard and aggressively for Danny. I wish the Capernas, knew how the audience felt about them at the reunion. I would have hoped that they would course correct, but I feel like they might have leaned into being more victim, and nothing would have changed. They need to go lesson. Jason fooled me. Never again. I think they did know how the audience was leaning by the time they did the reunion, and I think they just doubled down.
Yeah,
because you hear what you want to hear at a certain point. And I think Jason was just reading how Jesse's just reading the comments that Michelle weaponizes her child against Jesse. I think that Jason's just reading the comments of like, yeah, Danny does have a drinking problem, and he is Danny Darko.
That's true. I think that they knew enough, because I feel like Jason and Janet came on to Watch What Happens like right before or right after the reunion, like very close to like when they actually shot the reunion. So like they had been seeing the comments, they had seen things, but it was kind of earlier on,
right,
and a lot has happened since then.
True.
And so I think that he probably was, like you said, doubling down, because it almost, you know, sometimes you just think, well, I always do this, I just haven't explained it well enough, or like I haven't landed the point hard enough. Like they're just not understanding. So I'm going to really go in hard, and they'll get it. By the time they leave here, they'll get it. Well, so much more has happened, and so much more hate has built, because everyone is just episode after episode just keep getting worse and worse. And so I don't think that they really realize what a horrible decision this display would be.
Fair point. Totally fair. Patrick Boren, thanks for the nose compliment, said, I'm okay with and looking forward to a rowdy reunion, but genuine cast disagreements with thoughtful on-stage discussions, please. This is where Lala has grown into an adult and ultimately would be a good cast addition. In my honest opinion, random insults are a weakness. And I completely agree. I say that all the time. I don't give a shit if it's on Housewives or this platform or whatever. Like, let's argue intelligently or debate intelligently.
Sometimes I get real.
Like, I just don't like the making fun of like how someone looks, or like if you're talking to someone who's like really in your craw and irritating the shit out of you. Well, you're ugly, or like what you call that a hairstyle, or like whatever stupid thing that someone's gonna.
What if they're ugly though?
And what if their hairstyle is crap?
You don't need to say those things. Okay.
saying it.
Mary
Boring.
Solup said, OMG, why Britney defends Janet. Q Fanet. She knows the secrets. If she goes against her, she's afraid Fanet will spill because she's a conniving bitch. And that was just something we were talking about earlier. And it's a great point. XAN 3518, not defending Jason because I really can't stand him or Janet, but I think the 6-pack he brought to Jax's was non-alcoholic beer. That was either a thoughtful gesture or a total gig. I'm not sure which. Here's why I think it's a bag of bullshit. Yes, it was non-alcoholic beer, and a bunch of people commented on this in the comment section. It doesn't matter because they all sat down and had a full alcoholic Coors Light with him. No one drank the non-alc beer.
Oh, they didn't?
No, they all had a Coors Light.
Also, like, if I had a drinking problem, and I since I don't, I know that this is so stupid to even finish the sentence, but you know, this is my podcast to do whatever I want. So I'm not looking for more beers with no booze in it. Like, I'm probably just going to grab a smoothie on the way over, like something delicious that has nothing to do with like a fake beer that's going to remind me that beers are a thing. I'm not allowed to drink them anymore, but everyone else is now drinking fake beer. And like, also like Heineken Zero, I don't think it's very good. Like,
well, no, here's the thing. Cause I used to think the same thing. You know, I have a lot of sober people in my life. And one time I'm like out at a sports bar or whatever. And someone that I'm with that's sober, been sober for a long time, they ordered a non-alcoholic beer. And I was like,
well, there's alcohol in non-alcoholic beer.
It's like 0.00.
Yeah, it's like nothing.
It's like having a kombucha. Because there's alcohol in a kombucha.
Oh, right.
So, right. Okay. Or like a vodka sauce, right? There's alcohol in that beer. Anyway. So I was just like, why? And they were like, because I love wine. I love the act of opening the bottle. I like the taste of it. I like the ritual of it. I remember when I was a little kid, my mom would drink decaf coffee, but I didn't know this. And she used to always say to me, like if I came to her before she had finished her first cup of coffee, she'd be like, not after I just need to finish my first cup. And then I realized when I got older, I'm like, but you drink decaf. So like, it's not even waking you up. She's like, it's the act of, it calms me down and I like it. And I do think for someone who, you know, like I like the taste of beer. I just essentially have like an allergy towards alcohol. I drink it. I can't stop drinking it. I don't act in the best way when I do drink it, but I still want that taste of wine, that taste of beer. And that's how they explained it to me. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because before that, I always had your point of view.
Okay, I can get on board with all of that. Not with Jax, because he's still like, doesn't really think he has a drinking problem. And
well,
like,
I'm curious now though, because he has, I guess, been sober from booze for, well, that's what Brittany said. And maybe he's lying to her, but I think he has to take
when they
alcohol
drug test him, do they test for alcohol too?
Sure.
Huh.
Okay. Teresa Lilis or something like that. I hope that's right. Said, it's like Janet thinks she's the Stassi and she is no Stassi. She tries, but not funny. Just a self-righteous Karen. Unfortunately, that is correct. Aman DJ said, it's so annoying when people like Janet or Tamra Judge from The Real Housewives of OC minimize and are dismissive of how the audience feels about their behavior by claiming it's bots or just a few loud people on the internet. The implication being that you are not normal or rational or nor have a mind of your own if you disapprove of them. Janet even did this to Kristen when she said Kristen must have been reading the comment section. Then they turn it into a get out of jail free card by saying that they are getting death threats. Hate speech and death threats are terrible, and mental health is important. We all know this. People like Janet are quick to let everyone know about such comments so they can garner sympathy and play the victim. And then she goes into the swimming lesson stuff. But I think that's really true. It's like the historical revisionist stuff. You're selectively reading through things that just, again, are in support of what you're saying, as opposed to really looking at something from a holistic point of view, saying, what can I learn here? If all these people are saying this shit, maybe I need to look at it. And the great words of Heather Dubrow, if everyone says you're dead, you need to lie down. Harris said, did you guys see the news about Jax's bar? It's shutting down. Hallelujah. And we just haven't talked about that. So I just wanted to bring it up.
Two firings in 1 week, and then a third of the season if you count the fact that his tour got canceled.
Yeah.
I like sometimes I have been going about this in my head of like, I feel like everything that we can possibly say about Jax is so deserved and earned. But like, this is the moment where like he has lost everything. And if he is losing custody of his kid and he is losing his wife, and if he's losing possibly the ability to even pay for his new bachelor pad next to Schwartz, I don't know, like things could like, I just hope he goes away, but it's going to be weird if we wake up to a headline.
Coca Coca said, my ring tattoo is better than Jason's because it's a wedding ring to myself. Leo's got a Leo. And that's just in reference to because Christina Coca had gotten a tattoo at the same place that Jason and Janet got their tattoo. And it's essentially the same thing as like the wedding ring. But
and then Janet stole her idea.
Exactly. Natalie Tallulah wrote, love this show so bloody much. Love a bloody. Helping to distract through a rough time. And I just wanted to say we have been there specifically this year and we're just sending you lots of love and we hope it gets easier.
Great name.
Yeah. Great name. Jeanette Allen said, Britney says Janet has not done anything to her, but she could still stick up for her friend.
Did you read Excuse me.
Yeah, what?
You got Coca that you just read of mine, and now you're reading that one?
I cross-referenced on the list.
Did you?
I swear to God. And I'm not Danny. According to you, I do swear to God, I really did. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Just read it in the accent.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm leaving it for you. Ningy Ding said, Lala has been a great friend of, I will admit, I worry that if she becomes a main, she will go over the top like she did on VPR. I'm willing to risk it. I really want her on the show. I think she will bring some good shit to our television screens. Y'all got to watch this, said, signed up for Patreon. And I just want to say thank you so much. That is so great. I'm so excited. It reminds me that I also need to get a Patreon account and sign up for our Patreon. And other people, if you didn't know, we're on Patreon. It's all free right now, but we just want to like keep building the community there.
Yeah. Coca Coca says, does Tom Sandoval play the trumpet? Oh my God, the mountain of lore awaiting you. So Coca sent us 3 clips, and I wish that I could put them in here, but they're from the show, and I'll probably get it copyright, so I'm not going to. But yeah, he for sure plays the. I use the word play loosely.
He blows into a trumpet.
Yeah,
I think is how the term that you would, or how you would classify that.
But it's so funny because he has one of those things on the end of it, the
little like,
and he does this a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like, it would be like, I'm not even going to waste time finding an analogy because it takes me forever to find the one. But like, you don't know how to play the instrument at all, but then yet you also went and got this piece to put on it. And now you're just working this piece. So you're playing a shit trumpet and you also don't really know how to use the piece, but like you're using it so much. And I'm doing this, like I'm doing something weird, but it was just so bad. And then also James Kennedy tries to fix it for him. And, he did his best, and I forgot about this whole thing entirely. And it's so Tom Sandoval, but you apparently can get your lessons from Tom. Is he still on AGT?
Yeah. Matter of fact, he's on week 1 of the live shows, so he'll be on Tuesday the 19th. Tuesday the 19th.
We're trying to plug AGT, but yeah, you can like turn it down when the trumpets start.
Watch AGT so we can get more views than Next Gen NYC, Gia. Idiot.
Carrie Peacock says, Mike, you have to come back if there's a season 3 of The Valley. You're not replaceable. And if I have to buy you the Meteor wine myself or start a GoFundMe for hashtag Mark on Meteor, I will.
I told Barry that in my rider for season 3 of The Valley is just this. You guys need to work out my deal with him. Because that's all I'm requiring.
We need a promo code. So many people are asking about this wine.
Yeah, they really
Maybe we could do like a Showmance edition.
Yeah. Can you get on that, Barry? Yeah, thanks. Totally. I'll send you the art for our label.
Yeah. A collab.
A Showmance collab.
Yeah.
Wine not.
It would be the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, that's so good.
Love it. All right, Barry. Cabernet Sauvignon.
Harris says 2-party system. Ruh-roh. Because party of Micro, party of Schwartz. But let's just keep it a 1-party system. Thank you.
Whatever. I've been getting traction. We got a lot of party of
You need a graphic?
We're going to need one soon.
Well, you're going to have to do it yourself or have Foof do it.
That means it's never going to come.
Yeah. It's going to be like...
Foof will do it.
Heather Pike says, if I were Nia or Kristen and my friends were hanging with my ops and laughing at some crazy shit about me, the way they were sitting and cackling about Kristen, those people would not be my people anymore. Just saying. That made me so mad and hurt for Kristen, how Britt and Lala and whoever else were laughing at her for Janet's lame jokes. All of that, but I wanted to bold and highlight the last part for Janet's lame jokes. It was such a stupid fucking joke. Her whole tirade was so pre-rehearsed and still wasn't funny. If you're going to say it in the mirror before you leave the house, it should be funny. Like, you have no excuse for it not to land exactly how you rehearsed it. And it was just sad. And I hesitate to go back and watch, but like in my head, it almost seemed like they could have like cut into a laughter from something else. Like, it seemed like the laughter might not have been directly from Janet's joke. And I pray that's true, only just for the humility of all those other women, because that is embarrassing and they shouldn't do that anyways. And so lame. Jeanette Allen, straight from Mrs. Doubtfire's kitchen, says, hello. I think all the stuff going on about Danny when he drinks is because Danny is such a well-rounded lad.
That's my favorite part of the show.
Oh my God.
And loves his wife and children's. But when he drinks, being knackered doesn't help. He acts out of character. A word Jax thinks is a cartoon. So the only problem for Danny is he's not a great drunk. Now, there's a Jax who's an a-hole all the time. He doesn't behave like one. He is one. So that is why we're all talking about him. He is nasty, moaning about paying half the medical for his son he loves so much. Jax is one of the most narcissistic people I've ever seen, and I'm worried he might end up running for presidente.
So good.
Thank you. I'm not done.
Oh God.
Jax just doesn't get that he can't get away with being the a-hole as bad as he is just by saying, but Danny drinks too much and behaves badly. XX Jeanette from Liverpool. I am getting used to the posh me.
Thank God. It doesn't seem to be changing.
Life in New York says Janet is in the wrong network and show. She should be on TLC or whatever channel Duck Dynasty is on.
I nailed it. That killed me.
Yeah, that was really good.
Like, if Janet was on, or even if she was on like McBee Dynasty, which is still Bravo, but I'd be fine with her there.
Yeah.
Telling off Galena or something.
No.
Galena.
All of it.
I have a temporary new favorite name, like a favorite subscriber name. But my name is Veronica. I think that is so fucking funny. I don't know why.
It is funny.
It is.
Yeah.
Good choice of handle or whatever you call it.
Handle.
Lola Broadhead says, absolutely not. Mike has to do season 3 with you both. Use Meteor Wine or take the misery route and try hobbling him.
I vote Meteor Wine route.
We have expectations. I can post a mallet from the UK if that helps. I will take that mallet and do you proud. I'll use it exactly what it was meant for. Marianne Shepard says, Jax had everyone fooled that he was a big deal. He is going nuts right now because no one believes him anymore, and he isn't king of the hill anymore. He sees his career going down the toilet, and he is grasping at Danny or Janet or anyone to survive. Bye-bye, Jax.
Don't let the doorknob hit you.
Mary Aika Kent says, I agree 100%. That scene was so performative and produced by Jax and Jason. Odious, so transparent and obvious. So glad he was fired. Jason backed the wrong horse and he needs to go. Take Karen with you, sucker. I love when Mary is getting fired up lately.
Good.
Yeah, likey.
I know I'm into it.
She should be.
Yeah.
Likey.
Richard Jordan says, Jason is as bad as Janet or worse. They are the worst. The quiet, smirky ones are the worst. He has a shit-eating grin. Anytime someone starts in on Danny, he loves it. Like Janet, and because he's with Janet, I didn't fall for his shit-eating, brown-nosing grin from day one. Now that Jax is fired, who's going to protect you now? Who's going to want you now? Amanda.
Nobody. More like somebody.
Somebody. I won't finish that because it's not 2000 anymore. The
Joe
times,
Schmo?
they are a-changing.
Also, that's Richard's wife. That's apparently everyone uses Richard's YouTube account, the hubby, because he got the commercial-free YouTube.
Oh, well, leave it to a woman to have one of the best comments tonight.
Yeah.
But I wasn't even done. You are the one who's been protected, or how else would you get away with this or think that you could? Idiots actually believed it was Jax's show. Embarrassing. I feel like this is my rant last week. Like I could put all the emphasis in it and do a whole new short.
It sounds like your words. Like that's how one you are right now with Mrs. Richard.
With Mrs. Dick Jordan.
Dick Jordan.
Easy.
They're crap and sloppy, and we see you. Low-class lawyer that rips injured people and their money against large corporations away from the victims. Yeah, let's trust that guy. Him and Janet are the Karens of the world. So good. Shannon Falls says, the model pout pic of Schwartz and the dog gave me fanny flutters. If I wasn't already an avid member of Party of Schwartz, that would have turned me. I don't know what the fanny flutters are.
Oh, it means you got some warm tinglies in your
ass?
Love Island thing. Listen, I don't know why it's fanny flut because like
it should be your
yeah
pussy.
yeah veggie flutters or something.
Okay.
She gets so squeamish.
I don't
Sorry.
understand it.
Jennifer also said, did anyone notice how thin Danny looked in the last scene? He is so stressed out. Now, I did notice that, but then these two went on a whole thing last week about how he's like has the hottest spot
lean,
ever.
mean
so
ab machine.
But he looks skinny. Like he looks stressed, but so does Janet. She looks pretty fucking stressed out too. Like they're both looking just, I don't know. Listen, it's been a long fucking season for Jason. I don't think not Jason, Danny. Fuck Jason. I don't think Danny knew what he was getting into this year.
Probably prepping for like a skinny voice role.
Tiny Panther says, we still have 3 more reunion episodes to watch Trash Taylor lie about how sober he is and everything else. Mark After Dark is going to need a case of Meteor for the next 3 weeks.
Barry took care of that.
I know. I feel like he's read your comments. Keep them coming. Okay. Wait. That was just out of order. Jan says, Mike doesn't need trumpet lessons, guitar lessons, piano lessons, or apparently swim lessons. But I wonder how much better he'd be with lessons.
I have a bone to pick with that comment.
No, period. That was a great, that was perfect.
Yeah, we're all just going to wonder how much better you'd be. Leave us to our wondering.
I want to know who told her I wasn't good at all those things.
No, she's saying you're good, but how much better could you be?
Well, she also picked all the things sans swimming that I've had actual lessons and coaches and training in. So,
Sometimes we just get
ignore him.
Critiques.
Cubby says, thank you so much for saying what I've been thinking for a while. Britney needs a stylist. Most of her outfits don't flatter her figure. And yes, no more teardrop cutout tops and dresses. Please, I'm begging you. Also, did you catch that Jesse's hat said in what Jesse's hat said in the segment with Michelle? Lally Estates? Seriously, yuck. He's so phony. Agree 100% that Nia is gorgeous. I'm convinced she's AI. Meow. P.S. If you add Butters to Party of Schwartz, please don't forget Gordo. He loves his dad too.
So good.
I know I need to add them too.
Yeah.
Harris says, oh my God, now I'm there at Senespia with you. Bring me a drop of the Meteor. Dude.
I think this is our first unofficial sponsor.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, listen, if they wanted to be, they would tell us. So I don't want to put words in your mouth. But we're taking it. Yeah, it was the first for everything, and we're making this our first.
Mark, sponsored by Meteor Vineyards.
Dark Mark.
Mark After Dark.
Dude, I need a hoodie. I'm going to start wearing it around.
Mark on the Meteor.
I'm going to wear it to live shows because Mark comes out a lot.
By the way,
shows.
That is great merch. Mark on the Meteor.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll put a little meteor.
Yeah, a little pew.
Yeah. Closing it out with truth for peace for freedom.
Haven't been able to book my trumpet lesson with Sandoval yet, but I'm getting there.
Okay, the golden retriever of the group needs to be made a main character. Schwartz needs to be given a shot to add to the comic relief. I want to watch him go on dates while he nervously acts like George McFly. How about also adding Stassi? How funny that would be if she got a full-time position while Sheena and Lala are scratching at the wall to get in. Listen, Lala can come, but it would be very fucking funny.
She'll never come because she goes, I'm not genuinely friends with these people, so it would be inauthentic, and I don't.
Who said that?
Yeah, what?
Stassi.
Oh, Stassi,
She should come on this show.
Yeah, you fit right in. I found myself getting emotional when Kristen was calling herself infertile and knowing that she even knowing that she gets her happily ever after. I know many women deal with wanting a baby so badly, but struggle to get pregnant. This is an important topic to show the audience. I definitely want to watch her and Luke during season 3 parent a newborn baby. I want to see all the nitty gritty challenges. Based off what we saw in Hawaii, Luke doesn't deal with stress in the most productive way. He showed us some cracks in his exterior. How's he going to deal with all the challenges that a newborn brings? Are we going to see more crash outs? Will he be the rock that Kristen needs? Will he strip down to his skivvies, revealing his bulging moose knuckle again while he runs through the streets due to sleep deprivation? Most people have a tell when they're about to enter into a mental breakdown. For Kanye West, it's when he dyed his hair blonde. For Britney Spears, it's the pink wig and English accent. How dare you? For Lindsay Lohan, it's the Arabic accent. I forgot about that. For Luke, it's exposing his moose knuckle. My tell is when I wear pretzels for earrings. That means it's a code 5150. I want to protect Danny and Nia, so I don't want them to return for season 3. I want them to have a beautiful life together and raise 4 healthy and happy children. Accusations of Danny being an alcoholic, sexual deviant were too ugly. They can find a reality TV platform somewhere else that is less toxic. Wherever they go, I'll watch.
Yeah, like TLC.
Yeah. Wherever they go, I'll watch. But also, I would like to watch them on the Valley.
Yeah, same.
If we're all going to be here, misery loves company. So
I also, I don't see what's wrong with pretzel earrings.
No.
Seems fine.
Some dangly dots.
Yeah.
Some dot dingles. Yeah.
We did it, guys.
We did it.
Oh my God, we're almost at an angel number. It's 331.
Oh my God.
Where's my remote control? It's my favorite thing you've ever bought me. I can't find it. Who cares? Like and subscribe, and we're on Patreon.
Yeah, like and subscribe. We're on Patreon.
Tag Dave Portnoy or anyone else that you know who has a podcast company.
Yeah, and that wants to buy a nice little slice of property.
Little slice of heaven.
Little slice of heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anything else? Any other what is that? What is these called? Like not the minutes, like the meeting minutes.
Meteor minutes?
Meteor minutes. Oh, that's good too. Anyway, we love you guys.
One more episode to
no, 2 more.
Join the party. I know, but you can only do it next episode. This is the cutoff
Time
week.
is running out.
Yeah, this is it, and that's all.
We're only going to be selling Party of Schwartz for this price for so long.
I know.
For $0.
Yeah, he's gonna start charging soon enough.
Thank you so much, Barry.
Yeah, that was real sweet, Barry. Thank you.
The best ever.
Okay.
Toodles.
Ciao, ciao.
Toodaloo. Ciao for now.